All right, welcome to Geeks Talking Geek. I am Bandito Bane, the well-rounded nerd, Super Spider-Man fan, and the Warhammer noob. And with me is Aaron Rodgers. And what? Merry Christmas, Aaron.
Thank you. It's remember it's Roberts, but
Robert.
close enough. Happens all the time. Happens more than you would know.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas to
yeah.
you, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How's the art going?
It's busy. But great actually. I was just telling my partner earlier today that I was very happy with the art that I put out this year. So I'm still like working through projects. As soon as
Hmm.
I'm done with one, I have more to do. So I've got one that I sent back a week ago. Immediately started on another project, a Marvel project, and then I got a DC one coming down the pipe. Maybe I'll actually get a day off in sometime in 2026, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
So, how much would you say your solicitations cost you?
Like commissions, like how much do I charge for
Yeah,
commissions?
yeah. How
Um,
much would your personal commission cost?
Uh, uh, I'm usually doing full color sketch cards right now, for like between 100 and 125, and that's for like a licensed card.
Hmm.
If I'm using my personal stock, I might cut it down to like $75. I just sold 10 commissions for $600 like in the last few weeks. So that, yeah, I gave that guy a discount because he ordered 10. But yeah, I'll be showing those on my personal on my Instagram in the next few weeks. 10 cards, all venomized characters, and he let me pick like any 10 characters from anywhere in pop culture,
Yeah,
which was really fun. It
yeah.
let me be creative and actually like design some stuff.
Yeah, especially now that this month they're sending their Marvel is having nullified characters on their variant covers this
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, I would say some of the characters I did were more like nullified than venomized, but
Hmm.
I figured that's all in the same boat, right? It's all
Yeah.
kind of symbiotes. Um, Everybody loves symbiotes, apparently.
All right. Hey, Aubrey loves ducks. How's it going? Merry Christmas.
Hello,
Thanks for
Aubrey.
thanks for joining us. And all right, so did you watch the Game Awards?
I did.
And did you think that Clear Obscura Expedition 33 won those amount of awards they won were well deserved?
Absolutely. I watched my friend, my buddy, play through the entire game. Uh, the whole time I was watching it, I was just saying to myself, "I can't wait to play this game." It's an incredible game. Even just as a viewer of the game and a long time like old school Final Fantasy fan, I thought they took what was already there and made it new in a way that I don't know how someone didn't think of before. And the story is just beautiful. I liked it so much that I bought my own physical copy of the
Uh,
PlayStation Lumiere edition that was re-released, so I could have the art book and stuff.
yeah. And this is the thing, the Expedition 33 was made by Samful Interactive, and these were people who the core team were people who left Ubisoft. They wanted artistic freedom because they were tired of the same slop they were having to do every year.
Mm-hmm.
So every time expedition every t- the and basically it was a bunch of indie artists. They got their script writer from Reddit and their composer from SoundCloud,
Mm-hmm.
and they even the for the programming for Unreal Engine 5, they actually got it from. They actually saw YouTube tutorials,
Yeah.
and it actually the only thing that they splurged on was for the voice cast for like Jennifer English, Charlie Cox, and Ben
Yeah.
Starr. Probably
And
the one that they splurged for.
don't forget Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah, Andy Serkis is the villain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this again, 3 years in a row, maybe not so less so last year. But 2023 was Baldur's Gate, 2024 was Astrobot, 2025 was Expedition 33 that won Game of the Year, and all those were made by teams that just really wanted to make a game that was fun that they like to play, right?
Yeah,
And like these are not sequels, they're not games that anybody else was asking for. They're just like, if we like this game and we enjoy playing it, then other people will feel the same way. It's not like a live service game that's designed to just suck money out of players. um yeah, I don't know that any of those games has paid DLC or cosmetic items.
yeah. Everything that they did was they released it all at once, and they showed it, for everything that they did.
Hmm.
I mean, they wanted everything, like Astrobot. It was a Sony game, so all the cosmetics were Sony license,
Sure.
but it was still a fun platformer. And at the end, it was just made for what they loved.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm very happy for them. I think they deserved it, and I
Mm.
hope that let's be real. What we're gonna see in the next 2 years is like 100 copycat games, right? Not, I don't think so much in the like story or like maybe the design aesthetic, but
Mhm.
like we're gonna see a million RPGs that use the real time like dodging and parrying mechanics that Expedition 33 does. Just like when Hades came out and blew up, now we got like a million roguelikes just like it, right?
Yeah. Eh, But one of the one of the things is that Expedition 33 was it one of the things is that a lot of people have been saying, and that it has not been struck by the culture war, which is a good thing. Nobody's claiming it because it's such a good game that everybody can enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I remember Hogwarts Legacy was snubbed at the Game Awards because none of the journalists wanted to vote for it because of its connection to J.K. Rowling, and I thought that was so unfair.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I didn't look into that too much. Um, like I'm somewhat aware of what happened with J.K. Rowling. Well, that's not fair. I'm very aware of what happened. I know that Warner's and the game division have pretty much tried to distance themselves from her and saying like, "Hey, um, all the Warner's stuff is all the Harry Potter stuff is not connected to her. Like we own the film and game rights, and the book rights are hers, and she can do whatever she wants. But like we're not connected to that, and enough so that they've kind of like even put some stuff into that game. I think that's like giving her the middle finger. And I also know like the cast doesn't want any connection to her. It's really sad, right?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, for the game to just get
but
like locked out, that's pretty stupid.
yeah, and plus one of the things that I remember was that there was this website called Are Your Streamers Playing That Wizarding Game, and it would basically dox the streamer and enforce and encourage people to go on the stream and harass them.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even a VTuber started crying because she was being harassed so much.
Wow. Yeah. it needs to stop. All of that needs to stop. No
Yeah.
matter like what your beliefs are, you don't need to get harassed by other people, right?
Yeah.
And I think this year was really, really bad for that. I think hopefully, my hope is that it'll start to turn around in the next couple years, but only time will tell.
Yeah. But like, what were some of your favorite announcements coming in from the Game Awards?
Yeah, I think that's this year was where the announcements kind of sucked. I wasn't really like blown away by anything that got announced. I'm somewhat excited for new Mega Man. Maybe a little excited for Photor, right?
Hmm.
Interesting that they announced Photor and they still haven't put out the KOTOR remakes, but
Yeah.
whatever, man. Um, Other than that, was pretty underwhelmed by what was shown as far as new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
I
And I
Yeah.
think they real. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think they really dropped the ball with the high guard announcement trailer.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, it just doesn't scream final game. It kind of like what they did last year just to stroke Neil Druckmann's ego when they released that his new game, which is probably gonna take like spent like 5 years in the making, and it cost 50 million, 1 billion dollars to make.
uh, so in that respect, I think they did better, right? Because this game that they announced at least is going to be out in like a month, right? So we're
Yeah,
not waiting an eternity for that. But does anyone care? I would argue like probably not very much, right? I
yeah,
wish I would say the only reason that Marvel Rivals is a hero shooter that's doing well is because it's connected to the Marvel IP, and the art team, like the direction of that game is incredibly good.
yeah,
When we're talking about putting a new IP into that format of game, no one cares. Uh, I
yeah,
mean, just to be frank, that's kind of how I feel. Like, where's the lore? Like, Overwatch was a one-off, I would say, right? Like, and it was backed by like the dying vestiges of old school Blizzard. Um,
hmm,
that's why Overwatch 2, no one cared about that. No one still cares about that. Concord, nobody really cared about that.
yeah.
And Valorant, I think works because Riot, right? People
Yeah,
who
and
enjoy,
Apex, and
yeah,
Apex because everybody is begging for Titanfall 3.
right. But my understanding is even or Apex is dying, right? And it's
Yeah,
because they keep trying to shoehorn like random weird like crossovers into it. So
yeah. All right, so here are some of the comments from the Game Awards. It says no wonder no one leaked it,
mhm.
and even the audience thought it was going to be Titanfall 3. High over watch guard watch seriously.
Yeah.
Worst final announcement ever. Saying the word Titanfall and then showing this is the nicest,
Yeah.
just nastiest one of the. All right, it's the spiritual successor to Concord. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, it doesn't look as. I'd say it has better character designs than Concord does.
Concord is like dollar store Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it has some of and one of the things is that a lot of people were saying, "Oh, we have people from the LGBTQ community. We have all people they're using pronouns," and I'm like, "Yeah, but they don't look that good."
Like, that's nice things to have in the game, but you shouldn't be using that to sell your game.
Yeah, it,
Yeah.
yeah. Is this an out of? Oh, they're bringing up the Diablo, the Diablo Immortal line. Is this an out of season April Fool's joke? Top 10 devs not reading the room moments.
Hmm.
New breed of shooter. Look inside a hero shooter. Welcome back, Concord 2. And hey, it's John Concord on a horse. This was the last reveal, huh? Generic F2P shooter, live service hero shooter. Hmm. Studios
Yeah.
entire budget spent paying Jeff to hype up this dookie up.
hmm Yeah. People on the internet are funny for
Yeah,
sure. So yeah, I mean, just going back to it, all none of the announcements did a whole lot for me. I thought the Tomb Raider announcement, of all the stuff we've seen before, the
yeah,
Tomb Raider announcement was not bad, and we all knew that was coming, right?
yeah,
Because they were like, "Hey, guess what? The big thing that the Divinity thing was not bad."
yeah.
But I'm not a Baldur's. I haven't played Baldur's Gate, so maybe if I had played Baldur's Gate, I might have been a little more interested in that. The trailer was disgusting in the
Oh
best
yeah,
way possible. That was probably the breakaway trailer for the whole show.
yeah.
Um,
For me, it was the announcement. For me, one of the best announcements was the announcements for Total War Warhammer 40,000, because I am a big Warhammer fan,
yeah,
and
that
plus
tracks.
David Harbour is a Warhammer fan. I still it was it nobody knew. I didn't even know he was a Warhammer fan. I looked up, and it shows him painting it. They have pictures of him painting models, and I'm like, oh, so he maybe if he talks to Henry Cavill, he could get on the show.
Yeah, maybe they should have a charity Warhammer game.
Yeah, that a lot. I mean, there are a lot of separate celebrities who are into Warhammer. You got Henry Cavill, of course, Tom Holland, Spider Man,
Oh, is
Trey,
he
yeah, Trey Parker, who
the South
is
Park guy?
yeah co-creator of South Park. Robin Williams, may he rest in peace, was a Warhammer fan. Barry May, the guitarist to Queen,
Mm,
he's a Warhammer fan. Him and his son even went to Warhammer World in Nottingham, and where Henry Cavill went, and even this is a surprise. Jason Mewes from
Jay.
yeah, Jay. He doesn't play Warhammer, but he paints the Warhammer miniatures.
Okay, so he just likes painting the miniatures. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So here we get slop in the purest form. It takes courage to take and make Concord 2 is remarkable.
Yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? Maybe next year they'll do better.
Yeah.
Um, so
So already High Guard is already dead on arrival, because it says right here
mhm,
700 likes to 200k to 150k dislikes.
yeah. Then, I mean,
And I don't
what?
even think that
Yeah, what can
sorry,
that
go ahead.
game do that would actually make people care, right?
Mhm.
Like how good would it have to be to make people actually want to play it and enjoy? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that those games can't be good. They totally can, but like with a new IP like this, I don't know
Yeah.
who the devs backing it are. Um, but what is supposed to get me interested about playing this game? It's like there's nothing. And maybe
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop,
Mhm.
which is fully like possible. But like they had so many other things they could have led with, but they didn't. So
Yeah. Well, one of the things that was brought up when I was streaming with Macany, who was doing the who was doing who I'm friends with, and he lives in the area. He actually does his own owned art. He also is an advocate to make women in video games sexy again, because let's face it, everybody loves looking at beautiful, stunning characters, not these stock option Ellie from Abby from The Last of Us type of characters. And he actually got upset because he's like, it was just a half a step with the Tomb Raider reveal. I don't know. He really got upset because he's thinking it just got Crystal Dynamics just went a half a step in the right direction, and they are afraid to go the full step just to give Laura the same treatment as a character from Stellar Blade would get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that is fair to say that the women in video games aren't sexy or objectified in any way. As someone who's played all the way through Stellar Blade, right, I can say that's for sure not the case. And like, maybe it's more the Eastern devs currently that do it, but even like the characters, the age appropriate characters in Exhibition 33 are definitely there as well. Is this the guy?
He does custom drawings. He does custom drawings, and he's always been an advocate to like not be afraid to tell people tell people what you want in a video game. Sure. Like, he did not like the Perfect Dark trailer, because I didn't like the Perfect Dark trailer either. I mean, she had a kind of like a man jaw going right there. All right, so this is all right. So I was there when he went on a rant, and this is basically the rant he clipped.
Let's go into it. So I'm gonna break this down. If I make a clip of this, then it's totally fine. I'm gonna make a clip of this. But Tomb Raider. Because I went off. I went off.
I know. And I don't blame you. And I
understand that Crystal. Understand this. Crystal Dynamics has had a rough past couple years. Not just with Marvel's Avengers, but even with Tomb Raider themselves. The Survivor trilogy may have been a reinvigorate for the franchise, but it also hasn't been that big of a seller either.
I just decided to shut up and let him talk right there around that time.
Even to Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Hello. We wish to make a correction. The Tomb Raider Survivor trilogy by Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics was financially successful, grossing over 38 million units worldwide by 2022. Although figures weren't fully disclosed, analysis suggests that across all three titles, the revenue estimates to over $300 million.
So you made a correction.
We wish to apologize. And thank you.
And the thing is that there's such this deep-seated hatred for classic Lara Croft because of what she represents, that everything coming afterwards feels like an imitation. Feels like you really don't want to give fans what they want. And people do want classic Lara Croft. People do want to see Lara Croft with the athletic figure, with the tits, okay? You can't get away from that, and you're trying so hard to not only dismiss that, but even smear it. That's why I have such a problem. She was a sex symbol. You can't deny that, and women love the Lara Croft.
Hang on, I'm gonna pause right there.
That's a long rant. That's a 17-minute rant.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that women did love the classic Lara Croft because you have so many cosplays as Lara Croft, and I've always had something against the from the third from the third Tomb Raider Survivor game. It was basically they were shifting to "I'm sorry for being white" type of, instead of like going around and being like the female version of Indiana Jones. It was like, "I'm sorry for colonialism. I'm sorry for being white." It just felt like they were trying to make the past of Lara Croft very problematic, and I've always hated that type of colonialist mentality that actually happened. That actually happens.
Yeah, I haven't played those games. I remember being excited about them. I owned them all, sort of, as much as you can own digital things nowadays. Um, I watched a lot of the first one being played. For me, it seemed more like the problem was that they made Lara Croft into like a murderer. Basically, she just kills everybody all the time in all three of those games, instead of an adventurer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't really speak too much to what you're saying. And I'm glad to see her coming back to the more adventure-based roots, with the trailers here. I feel like, yeah, they kind of did a half. They didn't go all the way back to the way she was in the 90s with the trapezoid titties. But they also didn't go full like Survivor version, right? I thought this was a good like middle point between those things, right? She's athletic, she's doing some of the moves from the original games, she's wearing the outfit, right? And you're absolutely right, that look is iconic. That's when you think of Lara Croft, whether you're a gamer or not, your only like reference point is the Angelina Jolie movies,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
That's what you think of, is that blue teal tank top, short shorts, guns, and ponytail, right?
Yeah.
And so I think they went there with that look in these trailers. Maybe I guess me and McKinney would agree to disagree. I
Yeah.
thought this was a good in between step for those, between where we were with the Survivor series and where we came from, right? Because that model from PS1, that the original model,
Yeah.
it was getting pretty tired looking by the time they retired it. It was looking pretty rough.
Yeah. But one of the things that McAnee always has a problem with is that they always want to what he says, like he says that some game companies always try to uglify the women. Like if you look at one of the biggest examples he says is the Insomniac Spider-Man, where you look at the Mary Jane from Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I agree there. I definitely agree. They made that character look worse for sure.
Yeah.
That was bad. Those were bad decisions, right? And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I don't think you could hold those two models up to each other and say that like one of them wasn't less conventionally attractive than the other one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep going because he actually goes off on Crystal Dynamics, and
that was the thing. You can't match that charisma. You can't match that personality. You can't match that iconic status. Every attempt that you try to do with the Lara Croft and Tomb Raider franchise will never be iconic. It will not be. I'm sorry. The closest you'll probably get is the rebooted trilogy. But even then, you're not going to match that level of iconicism. So everything feels half-assed. Everything feels like you're just doing this on purpose. And no, I'm not placing this on the higher-ups. This is everyone involved. This is Crystal Dynamics, who clearly hate classic Lara Croft to their core. But the thing, I look at this and all I see is this is Crystal Dynamics' last chance because they have been suffering heavy, and I repeat, heavy layoffs.
All right. I actually brought up that a lot of the gaming decisions as of late has been by committee. I don't know if anybody agrees with me on that one, but I've always felt like some of the like lower developers, they want to make attractive females, but attractive characters, either if it's male or female, but then other people will step in and they'll be like, no, we don't want to make those characters because we'll make other people feel self-conscious. And so they have to tone down. And I feel like this is this is really a spot, something that
on this game or on these trailers, at least in particular,
or certain games. I mean, if you look at the Naughty Dog, like what's that? The newest Naughty Dog game. It's like I don't think anybody wants to cosplay as a bald butch looking bounty hunter or as Abby.
Yeah, I don't know. I might disagree with you. I'm sure there are people out there that enjoy both of those characters for various reasons. But yeah, I'm not even sure which the bald Naughty Dog character you're referring to. Is that the one from the other trailer?
Yeah, the one from the other trailer.
That game isn't out yet, right? The one with the Porsche spaceship. Okay. All right. Yeah.
And plus he brings up the layoffs that have been happening on throughout the gaming industry, and I always think it's because of the higher ups. They make so many bad decisions that it affects the people that are working there.
Mm.
They would rather let it affect they let decisions be affected by committee instead of the paying customer, which I always say is one of the bad examples of it.
Yeah. At that point, like in the design stages, I don't know that would even have an impact, right? Especially if we're talking about a new IP. But yeah, I can't say neither here nor there. I think games are made by committee for sure. That's some of the biggest problems. That's why it's cool to see Expedition 33 win as the way it did.
Yeah.
And like I think the committee cares more about money when we say games are made by committees. I think it's more like what's gonna sell more, right? And yeah, when we're talking about cosmetics, the way that characters look, I think making thirst traps is the way to go. Right? Like I think you're going to sell more aiming to target those types of characters or those customers than you are going to not doing that. But I'm talking for like men and women, right? I think that's why I don't know how much more money Marvel Rivals makes, but it's all on the strength of those things, right? And whether they're male or female characters, even Venom has a twerk emote.
Yeah. I actually want to get that Candyland Venom skin. Actually looks funny as hell.
Yeah. I haven't played the game in 2 or 3 months. I've fallen off the Marvel Rivals wagon because so let
me show you. The Rogue has just been put in, and her first costume is
Savage Land.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard. Of course it is. I mean, that's speaking exactly to what I'm saying, right? Like, they want to sell costumes for Rogue. Of course, that's the first one.
Marvel Rivals just revealed Rogue's new Savage Land skin coming in Season 5.5, and this thing looks amazing.
Of course. So, like everything, this just looks amazing.
Marvel Rivals just revealed Rogue's new
Looks
Savage
great.
Land skin.
Yeah. And I mean, okay, so let's stop talking about Tomb Raider. So yeah, with whatever is going to happen with Crystal Dynamics, I hope that the Tomb Raider game sells, because if not, it's going to end Tomb Raider. And another. Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah. If you want to finish your point, and then I'll add.
All right, and another person who was on the who is a friend, he brings up a good point, is that nobody cares about the way Lara Croft looks, is because nobody cares about Tomb Raider anymore. And yeah, that's kind of true, because I mean that horrendous Netflix show of Tomb Raider, that was oof.
I never saw it. Yeah. Unfortunately, Tomb Raider's had some tough times.
Yeah. And that TTRPG they had with a character who has 2 prosthetic legs, and I'm like, okay, so how are you going to be going on an adventure with 2 prosthetic legs?
Are they robot legs?
No, they're those spring legs that the runner from, I don't know what country, that the Olympian used.
Yeah.
And it was just it was like, okay, and instead of like collecting artifacts, they were basically truth seekers, because colonialism bad.
I see.
And I'm like, yeah, that no wonder that game got canceled.
That was probably for the best.
Yeah.
So as far as those upcoming games, right? Like, if the games are good, then I think they'll do all right. It's really going to be on the strength of the gameplay. I think if they want to get people excited, the one that comes out next year, since it is like a remake reboot kind of thing, should be priced appropriately. It should be priced around $40.
Yeah.
Maybe they could get away with 50, but 40 would be like the sweet spot. And then, as long as the game's good, the gameplay is good, and it's not like entirely full of bugs, then
yeah,
that it will be a good way to sell the next game, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if this one doesn't sell, then that second game's going to have a real hard time in 2027.
Yeah. Also, I want to bring this up. Like, I don't know if you heard, but a lot of people have been mad that Expedition 33 has won so many awards at the Game Awards.
Well, why is that? I haven't heard, and also I don't care. I think it deserved them, but I would love to hear why they think it shouldn't have won.
Okay. A lot of people are saying that Expedition 33 was either overrated. The game. They're saying that the Game Awards was rigged. Yeah. Let me. Good old Twitter. All right. There was this one cosplayer who actually said congratulations to the white game award, to the white man, to the white man game. And of course it was a joke, and I'm like, I actually put it, I'm like, yeah, don't joke like that. People take things way too serious nowadays. So I actually sent her I actually told her, yeah, don't joke like that. People will take things way too seriously nowadays.
Hmm. I don't know. Like, I would. I again, I don't think it was bad. As someone who's played a little bit and watched a lot, I think it deserved it.
Yeah,
I would
I
love
mean,
to hear how that was rigged. Of course, every award show is rigged in some way, shape, or form, honestly. But
okay, so
who cares enough to rig this game awards, right? And even if it was, who cares, right? There's 100 game awards out there.
yeah,
Just this is just the big one, like
yeah,
it's on TV.
yeah.
Um,
So they were actually it won a lot of awards at the Golden Joysticks. It says Bro tweets about Expedition 33 add fuel to the fire, calls fans annoying despite E33 fans are getting dogpiled by everyone else. Make it make sense. What a child. Okay, let's see. All right. Haven't played Claire Obscura Expedition 33 yet, so I can't comment on it. But man, imagine your game being considered excellent, but your fan base being so annoying that the people are rooting against you. And okay, so yeah, this is a back and forth between these two,
yeah.
and this is not a safe space for Expedition 33 haters. Okay. Okay. Okay, so a lot of people are trying to justify why Expedition 33 shouldn't have won this. Expedition 33 won best game not only because the characters are white and straight and beautiful, as well as the game is actually depth. Of course, the people who are mad that it won don't have IQs for it. The gameplay and the music are phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like anyone who's throwing race into this argument is stupid.
Yeah.
I would say, sure, there a lot of the characters are white or white passing. My girlfriend, who's Filipino, looked at Lune and said, "Oh, she's Asian adjacent at least, right? Asian
Yeah.
leading." But this is a French developer, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect? I don't think they went out of their way to like exclude people or other races or whatever. And there were other people of color in the game.
Yeah.
If you have played the game for like 10 minutes, you will see that. Just because none of them were the main characters doesn't mean anything, right? And I would say, like, of all the European nations, the people that get made fun of the most are the French, right? They lean into it in the
Yeah.
game.
If they're
So, right, like, are you mad
yeah,
about getting
if they're not
marginalized?
yeah, and if French are always being made fun of for surrendering.
Right.
Oh,
They
all right.
put mimes into the game for you to beat the crap out of. Like there's
Yeah.
30 mimes in the game for you to beat up, and you know what? It's fun. I look forward every time I encounter a mime and want to get to beat the hell out of it.
Yeah, it makes me want to actually want to finish the game, because I didn't finish the game because Doom the Dark Ages came out, and then that just took up all my time after that.
So yeah, these people are not worth my energy to listen to.
Yeah, this guy telling from this guy's from this guy's profile, he's probably a GTA fan. It's undeniable proof the modern audience doesn't exist. They prefer to play as a conflicted boy lectured by empowered women rather than skilled mercenaries with an interesting past. There's a lot to be done to fix the game. No, okay, what game was he talking about?
He's Tayo. I mean, he shows the pictures right there. You know what games he's talking about. But
Yeah,
like,
no, he I know that.
Cloud is also a big freaking crybaby.
Yeah, but what game is he playing? I mean, Gustav is not a conflicted soy boy. He is a guy driven to end the cycle of the paintress.
Yeah.
Not what you're saying right there, but Torch Games.
Yeah.
I doubt he even made it. A lot of people are saying that this guy probably didn't even play. People didn't even play the prologue. All right, so Silk Song, so like Silk Song, Wisdom, Ninja Gaiden. These are the some of these guys. This is his personal selection for Game of the Year, and Ninja Gaiden, yeah, Ragebound. I
Is that the
played Ninja
same
Gaiden.
guy? The same guy who just made the comment?
Yeah.
So what the hell is he talking about? He put it in his
Yeah.
potential games of the year. He's
How
just
does the
rage
game?
bait.
How does the game open with Surrender, surrounded by 19th century Paris, beautiful French songs, end up in a town full of characters straight from south of mid. This game is not I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna steal the line from Ed Wood when Bela Lugosi got mad at that one guy when he compared him when he talked about Boris Karloff. Okay, Expedition South of Midnight does not deserve to smell Expedition 33 shit. That game, they pushed out the original creators. They kept making changes, even though nobody wanted that. It made even people that it made people despise that it would go up against the original developers' vision. So yeah, South of Midnight. So South of Midnight, it wasn't the well. South of Midnight made a good, beautiful looking game, but the behind the scenes, it just suffered with behind the scenes.
Yeah. So I don't know who this guy is or what he's talking about, but I agree with that person who said he's a hypocrite.
Yeah. Yeah. People who are getting mad about Expedition 33 winning so many awards instead of playing the damn game are experiencing peak. I've noticed upward hate trend of Expedition 33 purely because some people praise it excessively and are generally mad because someone thinks it's their favorite game of the decade but goes outside. Okay. Oh, for great! They're bringing up this person's bringing up the allegations that Sandfall Interactive is racist.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, this is from an article from the Gamer. So yeah, the Gamer is so yeah, you're gonna get that. There's a lot of integrity in the Gamer. Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but just from the 5 seconds that you've told me about it, this sounds like something I don't want to read.
Yeah, the Gamer actually had an article where they brought up some things on Reddit, where they actually said how some developers were actually turned away from Sandfall because they were black, but also they just released another article like right now the latest season of Marvel Rivals is about love because the two new characters are Gambit and Rogue, and they're actually getting mad that they're saying people are getting mad because there's no LGBTQ representate couples in Marvel Rivals. I'm like, oh god.
I don't know. Yeah.
And they don't show any source, and they completely use a double standard when they mention that Angela is actually gay, and she's married to someone named, and her wife is named Sarah. So yeah, way to contradict yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't listen to gaming journals
I
anymore.
try not to. Not anything that like like anything that interacts with this part of the community, I don't care. I want gaming journalism, not gaming like opinions. Tell me
Yeah.
what's coming out. Tell me like what's happening behind the scenes. Like if something like that is factual, then sure. But other than that, it's just hyperbole and like more rage baiting. And I
Yeah.
see enough of that everywhere else in the news. I don't need to see it in my gaming news or my comic book news.
Okay, so let's see. Actually, the Tomb Raider Legends of Legacy of Atlantis and the Catalyst are doing pretty good. They already have well, Tomb Raider the Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis already has 1 million views. Pretty decent like to dislike ratio. And what were your thoughts about the Street Fighter trailer?
Was it even a trailer?
Well, they did introduce the cast and they did use a teaser.
Oh yeah, it looked okay. Like I'm not like dying to see it, right? I mean, I have a friend group, a couple friends who are pretty heavily into fighting game community. Maybe not as much the more modern games, but we grew up in the Street Fighter 2 era. One of my good friends actually won even a recent like online Marvel versus Capcom tournament.
Oh, nice.
And like this is a big tournament, like when he got announced as the winner on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
Like by like the Capcom account.
Really?
So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
my
great.
boy Spider Dan. He so that being said, I'm probably going to end up seeing the movie in theaters just on the strength of that, right? We're
All
probably
right.
going to go as a friend group. But if it wasn't for that, I probably would wait for streaming.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
interesting cast. I've heard of almost none of them. Like Andrew Scholes is the only guy that I'm kind of familiar with as a comedian, and obviously Polka Dot Man and Aquaman.
yes. So we got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, who are both in pro wrestling. So they already have the physique for it. Street Fighter with actual street fighting.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't think there's an opportunity for it to be good, is what I think. Zangief looks like perfect casting. I don't know who that guy is, but like he was born to play Zangief for sure.
Yeah. 50 Cent looks like Balrog. He actually bulked up for the role.
Yeah.
So, and let's see. Two of these people were WWE champions. One still is. But the guy who's playing Polka Dot Man is playing M. Bison, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how he's going to match up with Raul Julia's performance.
I mean, you can't, right? All you can do is give it your own spin. I think he'll play a much more subdued, less over the top Bison. I was kind of disappointed to see him not like yoked to extreme measures.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that'd be possible for that gentleman. He's always played a very like thin person. Yeah. Also, again, it's just it's gonna be weird to see that guy, Polka Dot Man, and also Ant-Man's friend, as M. Bison, right?
Yeah, it's kind of it's I mean he can eat up the scenery like anybody else, and Bison was always has been one of those monologuing type of characters. So I'm wondering how it's going to be with him as a type of that type of character. having to monologue or show the or eat up the scenery like the late Raul Julia did.
Yeah.
But I don't think, and that one of the things that I respected Raul Julia from when he did that movie was he did it while he was in stage 2 cancer or stage 4 cancer.
Yeah. That was his last movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's a master for sure. A very professional and good like quality actor. For him to be his last movie is kind of sad, but he he still he put just as much effort behind that goofy ass role as he had put into everything else. So kudos to him. I'm interested to see if we get the Van Damme cameo in some way, shape, or form. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
I could do without a Kristen Crew cameo. I'll be fine if she doesn't show up.
Here,
I would love to see Ming Na also cameo in some kind of way, like if she's like Chun-Li's mom or some shit.
Yeah. All right. The Van Damme Kyle Monog, the original is still one of my guilty pleasures, but this looks great. Mortal Kombat needs to watch it out. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat movie doesn't look that good to me. I mean, Carl Urban looks a little too old to play Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I imagine they are going for a retired Johnny Cage, right? Like I always saw him as like a young guy. He was Van Damme, right? That's who he was. But like in real life, Van Damme is also too old to be Johnny Cage. So, yeah. I thought that was an interesting choice. Are they going for name recognition with Carl Urban? Is he gonna do the splits and punch somebody in the balls? I would highly doubt it, but I hope so. It's gonna be an obvious stunt double though, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And also my question about the Mortal Kombat sequel is the terrible original character going to show up, or are we just going to pretend like he never existed?
Oof, I don't know. I don't know, but I thought it was a bad idea for them to like make it like make it like the whole thing center around an original character instead of like an established character.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have all these amazing characters already. Why, like, his story was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
But that's what they do in video game movies.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like what's another video game movie I know they've done stupid stuff like that before. Like, oh look, we put this original character in, isn't it so great? No, nobody cares. Like Sub-Zero is a freaking cool character. Scorpion's a cool character. I want to know about them and their backstory, not this rando that I've never heard of before. Like, and then they didn't even do the thing that they should do, which was like put him into a game right after that. Like, why didn't he show up in another one of the Mortal Kombat games? There's been like 3 since that movie came out. Why? Because nobody cared. He sucked. Just like, who are these execs that make these decisions? Like, didn't somebody tell them that was stupid? Like, I don't mean to be that mean, but like that's what you have to say to people sometimes. Like, this is a dumb idea. Just fucking put the characters in the movie. People will go watch it because they want to see Sub-Zero. Who's the guy who played Scorpion? Amazing actor. You could have based the entire movie around him. Right? He saw, like, thank God for that guy getting to do Shogun, right? Because he finally got the respect he deserves in that movie or in that show But like, if that had come out before this Mortal Kombat movie, then like, there's no way they would have even bothered putting that random character in, because
No.
they would have just put him as the lead, right?
Mm.
Hiroyuki Sanada, yeah,
Yeah.
guy's like a classic. So yeah.
All right, so let's look at the updated brackets for DCKO.
Okay, sure.
So we got, I don't know, I haven't read Superman versus Captain Atom, and I know Wonder Woman Lobo just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, Joker versus Red Hood, Zatanna versus Harley Quinn, Lex Luthor versus the Demon, Aquaman versus Hawkman, Guy Gardner versus Jay Garrick. All right. So who do you? All right. So I think Superman already won Captain Atom, and most likely Wonder Woman beat Lobo. Who do you like for Swamp Thing versus Cyborg?
I like Swamp Thing. I love Swamp Thing. I think he's fun and cool and different. I would, yeah. Like, now trying to think critically about it, I think it's a toss-up. But I think if we went popularity contest, I think Swamp Thing narrowly beats Cyborg. Just on like the creep factor, right?
Yeah.
And I'd want to see him fight Wonder Woman more than I'd care about Cyborg fighting Wonder Woman. Like, I could even, whoever goes up against Wonder Woman is probably going to lose. Like, almost certainly. But yeah, that's the fight I'd rather see. Cyborg is cool, but like, I don't think DC is ever going to get what they want from Cyborg, which is like him to become the coolest B character in DC, right? I love him in Teen Titans. I think he has a great story. As far as the Snyderverse, he's aight. But like, he's never gonna be an A-list character.
Mm-hmm. All right, so next we got Guy Gardner versus Jay Garrick.
Guy Gardner's on a winning streak right now, man. The Nathan Fillion version of Guy Gardner was great. Guy Gardner's all over the place. Like, there's that, is it the Warrior version of Guy Gardner that's in the Justice League Unlimited?
Yeah.
He was, I like the way that he's being written there. Jay Garrick is just old Flash.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, powers wise, like, speedsters are incredibly overpowered. So like, he should be able to take out Gardner before he even thinks about winning or makes a stupid joke. Who do you want to win these matchups?
I'm gonna have to go with Swamp Thing on this one, because I would love to see the Guardian, how Wonder Woman would deal with someone who's like a natural element like Swamp Thing, because he's the Guardian of the Green.
Mm-hmm.
And as for Jay Garrick versus Guy Gardner, I'm gonna have to go with Jay Garrick, because like as you said, he's speedster, and speedsters always are hard to beat.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is gonna be the Joker.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
did you read Joker versus Red Hood? Yeah.
Are we spoiling it at all?
No, this is actually the updated brackets right now, as of now.
No, I mean, are we talking spoilers? Like, can we talk about it, or do you want to keep it secret for people who actually still want to read the book? Because this tells us who won, or who got out of bracket 1, right?
Yeah, because we're already at the second bracket, so it's these guys.
Yeah, I love the way Joker ended find the artifacts round. So great. Who did he squished somebody? I forget who it was. He's like, we're on the same team. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot Squish. I was like, oh, that's great.
I think that was Giganta, because he got the pin particle. He found a Pym particle and he went super
The Atom
psyched.
Belt. Yeah.
So, or yeah, the Atom Belt.
Yeah.
So
Same difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Joker basically is a cheater. So he's like Ric Flair right there, dirtiest player in the game. And
yeah, that was fun. I just agreed. I just wanted to talk about that one scene. Who else we got?
We got next one is going to be Aquaman versus Hawkman. I want Hawkman to win, but Aquaman will most likely get the win.
Yeah, I agree. I would put them more like 50-50. These are both B characters, right? Like I could see it going either way, but personally I'd prefer Hawkman to win.
Yeah.
I could just never get over Aquaman sucking. Even when he was Jason Momoa.
Yeah. All right. Lex Luthor. Why am I saying wrestling?
It's okay.
Analogies now. Lex Luthor versus the Demon. It's going to be Luthor.
Luthor will win, for sure. I just because he's Lex Luthor, right? Like some of these are no brainers. I think Superman will win. Like he's Superman. Yeah, like we both know Wonder Woman's gonna win. Yeah, but outside of those two, they're all kind of I could see either one of them winning. Except for Zatanna and Harley Quinn. Like if Zatanna loses that match, she wasn't even trying. Like, how's she gonna lose?
Yeah, but they're most likely going to give it to Harley Quinn because
it's a
she's
popularity
more powerful,
contest.
and they want, and they want her to fight the Joker.
Right. So I guess that begs the question as we go into round 3: are they all going to keep the things they found in round 2?
Well, they did say at the end it was going to be a tag team event.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, but like if that's the only way I could see Harley Quinn beating Zatanna, like realistically, because she got a Speed Force ring, right? So she can move faster than Zatanna could talk. If it was a like any other day matchup, then Zatanna wipes the floor with Harley Quinn.
All right. So let's look at the next one of the next events that are coming in from Marvel.
What are we talking about?
We are going to talk about Avengers Armageddon. This is the next Chip Zdarsky project he's doing. And this is like going to be like the third event that's happening in Marvel this year or next year. So it's going to be Avengers Armageddon, will impact the Marvel universe, changing the face of Earth's mightiest heroes in the way not since this Avengers Disassemble. The event that redefined the team for the 21st century. Groundwork event will be laid on the upcoming storylines with Zdarsky and Valerio Stetch's Captain America. And this is a follow-up from Ultimate Spider-Man's Incursion. So since they have like the maker boxes where the maker took some heroes that were destined to become heroes and put them in these boxes, like the same ones that gave Spider-Man his powers or gave Hawkeye the arrows and everything. So a bunch of random people are going to get, somehow Miles is going to lose those boxes, and a bunch of random people are going to get these powers of different heroes.
Okay, weird. So is this coming before or after the end of the Ultimate Universe? Just curious.
This is most likely coming after, because it is set to
June.
begin in June.
Okay. And Ultimate Endgame is like
It's the first issue drops this month, most likely not next week. Most likely after Christmas.
last week of the year. Okay.
Yeah, after Christmas.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty out of the loop with what's going on in Marvel right now. It's sadly, as someone who's loved Marvel all my life, I've always been a Marvel zombie over a DC faithful. There's nothing that's happening in the Marvel universe that's really making me want to read any of it. I'm picking up Ultimate Spider-Man just because it's Spider-Man, but even that, I'm not even reading it right now. I'm picking up Avengers or Amazing Spider-Man just because it's Amazing Spider-Man. Not reading it right now.
Yeah.
Like I can't even think of a Marvel book that I'm really reading right now, and so I want something to get me interested again, but I don't know what will.
Yeah, but there are two events that are going on will be going on simultaneously. Let's see. They are. Let me bring the other event.
It's sad that I'm more interested in like the storyline of Marvel Rivals than like actual MC, like the standard Marvel universe.
I don't blame you, because so many people are saying that they like the stuff coming from Marvel Rivals more than the stuff in Marvel
616.
Marvel.
Yeah. Like I don't know what's happening with Marvel right now. They need a whole editorial revamp or something.
Yeah, speaking of, they have announced this like during the panel at New York Comic Con. It's another event that's going to happen in the summer. Let's see. They're copying Marvel Rivals.
Oh, she's coming. Hell is getting it, huh? Which is like I know I saw Null, and she's finding Null right in the Null
she
book.
actually
how
has
the Null book opens.
Yeah, she basically has Null prisoner, and before that, it's going to be, because right now it's going to be Amazing Spider. There's going to be Amazing Spider-Man, an Amazing Spider-Man event called Death Spiral, where it's going to have Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage, which is going to have Mary Jane as Venom and Eddie Brock as Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a serial killer that's going after Peter's friends, family, and loved ones.
Okay, that might be interesting enough to read.
Yeah, and this one happens right after. So, like, the one Death Spiral starts in February, and will continue through the spring, and this will happen right after the summer.
Okay.
So another Spider-Man and Venom event.
Yeah. I think maybe that's what is kind of rough with the Marvel universe, and it's kind of always been this way, but they've got their books so divided right now, right? With Spider-Man, the Spider-Man line, the X-Men line, and the Avengers line, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes the Ultimate Universe more appealing, is that those things are all interconnected, whereas they're so separate in the main Marvel universe, right? Like all this crap going down with the Spider-Man universe, and then you've got like X-Men is in a completely different place right now. They're like in the Age of Revelation, right? Which is like another Ultimate Universe.
That's a secondary book altogether.
Right. And all the regular X-Men books are on pause while that's happening, right? Just like they did 30 years ago with Age of Apocalypse, and
Mhm.
then like Avengers is weird. I don't even know what's happening in Avengers, but and then at the same time they are sort of connected because like the Venom red and blue suit showed up in the Battle World book, right?
Yeah,
But like
but
only in 2 panels, and then
that's
like they're
actually
like, go read the Venom book and
yeah,
find out how this actually happened, right? And I'm
yeah,
just like,
that's actually another different type of an amalgamation of Venom and Spider-Man who's named Eddie Parker.
oh,
He's a
interesting.
photojournalist who basically does does things like he breaks into places to get the scoops, and he's like if Eddie does the has the dirty tricks of Eddie Brock and the integrity of Peter.
Interesting. So he's not even that's not even Mary Jane in a like weird crossover suit. It's a completely
Yes.
different character.
Yeah, so you got like car so it's like he breaks into a lab which has it's basically like the Venom movie, the first Venom movie where Eddie breaks into
Mm,
a lab and he finds different symbiotes, and one of them actually has his name.
mm,
One of them actually has his name, and another one was empty. There was another one that was empty,
hmm.
and that one was basically an amalgamation of Miles and Carnage because Miles broke in, and then he broke out with the symbiote.
Miles Cassidy or Cletus Morales. That sounds less likely than Miles Cassidy.
Yeah.
I would have be hard pressed to believe that there's someone on Earth named Cletus Morales.
Yeah.
But there's stranger things that could happen.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, going back to that, right? Like, and I think that's what makes DC, or at least for me now that I'm reading again, more like I'm more interested in the universe, right? Because even though they got this huge event going on with DCKO, right, it ties into so much that's happening
Mhm.
outside of that book, right?
Mhm.
Whereas where things are way more self-contained in Marvel, they're so separate, and I think DC does that sometimes too, like more with Batman than anything
Mhm.
else, right?
Yeah.
Because Batman is very insular, weird, crazy stuff happens, and the quality of the writing, I think, is much better currently in DC versus Marvel. Marvel often like maybe it's the Disneyness of it all, right? They're
Mm.
just, I constantly feel like they're trying to sell me shit. Uh,
Yeah.
like, ooh, new rented blue Venom, and like Mary Jane Venom, and look, Spider-Man he's got a new outfit, right? You got Norman in a regular spider suit, and then you got Peter in a weird like space symbiote suit. And then Miles is there too, and then Gwen Stacy's changer is Spider Gwen Stacy, not traditional old Gwen Stacy. She got a new suit every other week, right? And it's just like, and
Yeah.
the X-Men are back in their 90s suits, and like, oh my god, dude, I don't care. Just give me the classics, right?
Yeah.
And make them modern again. Make me care about them again. Um, so yeah, I think they need almost like a full universe reboot. DC had a rough time with like the new 52, right? But I think they did eventually get their groove back. I'd say they're in their groove now.
Mhm.
But and, maybe it's Scott Snyder, right? Because like it seems like since the new 52, they've slowly started to hand more and more and more like decisions and like parts of the universe to Scott Snyder, right? And I think it's paying off.
Yeah.
As much
Especially
slack as Bendis gets, I think that era really like invigorated Marvel for a while.
yeah. And one of the things is that Snyder does some ballsy moves with the book. I mean, one of the things is that a lot of people were mad at was the way that the demons broke magic, but they actually sent death threats to Scott Snyder over X, and he actually left. He actually put his because in the last book of X-Men, his last X-Men book in Age of Revelations, it shows like certain X-Men dies, but Magic ends up going back to Limbo, and and the demons who are there transform her into a demon while breaking her spirit. And they thought that they were like, they actually R-worded her, but they were actually mentally and physically breaking her down, and she was basically thanking them for scraps, because they showed her throat. They showed them with a turkey leg on the floor, and she was like, thank you for thinking of me. So basically they were breaking her down so that
Wait,
she could come back as a villain.
how is Scott Snyder attached to this?
He wrote the book.
Oh, he wrote that book?
Yeah.
This is the Magic book that's out in the Age of Revelation stuff.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I'm like, that makes me want to read the book more.
Yeah.
Knowing that he wrote it, I might actually pick it up and see what happens. I think oftentimes death threats are a good I mean, they're not a good thing, but when people get that pissed off about it, it means that they're doing something that breaks the status quo, right? Like,
yeah.
And that's like, sometimes that's what the characters need, right? Like, sometimes decisions are stupid, right?
Yeah, just look at Joe Quesada's with One More Day.
Right. But also, I'm sure Straczynski got heat over like killing Aunt May. I thought it was brilliant, but also it wasn't the first time she died. So like,
yeah,
why you mad, man? Like, she gets nothing ever stopping her or anyone else from coming back. Even Uncle Ben's come back a few times. I'm trying to think who's the only person who actually hasn't come back to life in comics. Captain Marvel.
No, Kate. Who was Daredevil's girlfriend before Electric?
Oh yeah, the one who Deborah Ann Wall plays.
Yeah,
that character, right?
Yeah, they kill and end up. She's so popular in that show that they ended up killing Foggy instead of her.
Right. Yeah. Apparently, cancer is the only thing that will actually kill you in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, but she was killed by Bullseye.
Yeah, I meant the original Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah,
he's died of cancer.
Oh yeah,
like, we'll just leave. He could stay dead, right?
Yeah. And we'll have Carol Danvers take over.
Right, but only yeah. I say that with a grain of salt, right? Because Jane Foster got cancer and she came back.
Yeah, and we were like, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they were like, doesn't Captain Marvel have kids? Can't they be Captain Marvel? Oh no, but then they can't be stunning and brave like Carol Danvers.
Whatever.
Yeah,
like, I don't think Carol Danvers is a bad choice, but yeah. Oh, what is this?
G.I. Joe number 20 coming out in February.
Okay.
First time they're meeting face to face.
Nice. Buying that issue of G.I. Joe.
Yeah, so here are some variants.
Is that a Lionel Yu variant?
Hang on, let me see that one. No, it's Joshua Carasa. Or Casera.
Okay.
And here's a Ben Oliver variant. Like, these are the variants that are Ta-Nehisi Zanak. This one's a good. This one looks cool.
That's interesting. Yeah, very graphically designed.
Here's a Jorge Corona. So yeah,
sometimes it's hard for me to tell Corona's art from the other guy. Damn it, his name's Daniel Warren Johnson.
Oh yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson's a good artist. I really like his rugged look he gets on some of the characters.
Yeah. It took some time for it to grow on me. When I first started reading Transformers, I hated it, but now I actually like it a lot.
So yeah, we gotta. This is going to be the first time there's going to be the crossover.
One more time, what was the incentive level on that Corona cover?
Let me
Was
bring
it
it
a
up.
1 in 50? Yeah, it's a 1 in 50. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think John will be able to get that many.
He might. If I told him I would buy that cover, then he would order enough, so that he would do it. I mean, he ordered his. If he knows he has a guaranteed sale of it, he'll do it. I know he ordered like 500 copies of Youngblood because someone told him that they wanted the CGC signed Liefeld cover, and so
Really?
he's got a lot of the Youngblood.
Oh yeah, I got one of those saved in my box because I got a big box of comics. But right now my money's tight, and I have not. I usually make a dent like the first of the month. I'll go to John's. And I'll buy like $100 worth of comics.
Nice.
And whittle it down. But the thing is that more of my favorite comic books come out every month, and I'm like, oh god, it's never ending.
Yeah, I feel you. Back in the day, I like very long time ago, there was a time when I was spending like $70 a week there. And probably for the last 3, maybe 5 to 10 years, I basically stopped buying altogether. And it was only this year that I started buying books regularly again, and it feels good. I'm actually reading them again, and I have money, right? And so I got him to order the Joe Mad covers for the X-Men book, X-Men of Apocalypse. So I'm picking up the 150 covers of those, because why not? I finally have the money to do that. But yeah, it's been getting a little crazy lately. I got to slow down.
Yeah. Oh. Did you hear that Eric Larson, that Youngblood is actually breaking records?
Sure, man. He had like 20 variant covers. And I think he kickstarted that book first, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he kickstarted it, and then this is like the retail version is what went out last month. And I think Liefeld is a smart businessman, if nothing else, right? As like silly as the guy is, he's got some kind of knowledge for how to sell stuff.
Yeah, he also has great knowledge. That I remember when he actually or Rob Liefeld actually had when like back when like a lot of these new writers actually came on, and they were actually making like when fans would actually like give like I don't know how you would say it. They would criticize the comics that they were on. Like you had Kelly Sudakane, who was the person that made America Chavez, but you also had like Tina Hauer, people that they brought in that did not have a background in comics.
Okay.
And like Liefeld actually went on Twitter and he says, one of the things that you cannot do in comic books is do not insult the customer. Try it. One of the because they are the ones that are paying your bills in the end. And
just like any other industry, right?
Yeah. And one of the things is that one of the things is that someone put up, he's like, the guy can't draw feet, but he knows how to talk about the industry.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the comic industry. I think he's a smart business person within that regard. Like, he knew what he was doing by kickstarting that book to build hype, and then getting like so many artists to work on the book, and even ones who like they're in on the joke, right? He's in on the joke too, I would
Mhm.
say, right? Like, he knows people talk crap about him not being able to draw feet, right? He went I think maybe it was at New York Comic Con where he like went on a rant about there are 77 feet in this book, right? I hear that's the most important thing, right? And like, people can talk all the crap they want,
Yeah.
including me, which I do frequently. But at the end of the day, he's a millionaire because of his terrible art.
Yeah. 33 years later, forgotten superheroes team is still breaking comic book records with their newest book. Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's see. Yeah. Okay, so Image Comic released chops of the top performing books for November. Results are pretty surprising. New series Skinbreaker. I heard that's a really good break. That's a really good book right there. Cracked at number 8 with Energon Universe Transformers and GI Joe were second and fourth and fifth spot of the top 10. The debut issue of Dark Age Spawn earned a respectable spot in the third place, but the clear winner in honor belongs to Rob Liefeld's revival he brought over 3 decades ago with Youngblood. So the Youngblood reboot, the Youngblood relaunch just took top spot for Image Comics.
Mm-hmm. I bought 2 copies. I bought I don't remember what cover I bought for the regular one. No, wait, I only bought 1 copy. That's a lie. I bought a blank cover, which I will draw on at some point. But I will probably buy another cover when our buddy puts them on sale for $1, which will probably happen sometime around Free Comic Book Day, because he's going to
Yeah.
have a whole bunch of them left. And he he put the Youngblood characters on every Image comic. He got like so many people to like be part of that event, right? So he hyped that book up like crazy. And yeah, people still love Liefeld. I don't know what it is. I scratch my head about what it is that people love about Rob Liefeld and Youngblood. It defies all logic in my mind. But I have to face the reality that like people love that man for whatever reason.
Yeah, I've heard stories that he was very hard to work with, but he would that but when he but this is coming from Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee, and it was always a kind of a slippery slope with Image Comics, because with Image, everybody was like, okay, you guys got your book, you guys got I got my books, don't touch my stuff.
Yeah, I mean, do you know are you aware of the Image Comics lore? Like, what happened with Rob Liefeld and like how they almost fell apart?
Yeah, I heard it's because Todd McFarlane had a toy, was it toy sales?
No. Todd, like, whatever. Todd did whatever he did and like left, kind of stopped. He took his focus off of the comic side, right? And that's why Greg Capullo came on the book after like 20 issues. And Todd like really focused on the business side of his division of Image, right? And built Todd Toys, which eventually became Marvel Comics. But like the falling out between the was it 8? So
Yeah.
let me think. McFarlane, Jim Lee, Portasio, Liefeld, Larson, Valentino, and I'm sure there's someone I'm forgetting.
Yeah, the original 8.
Yeah, I'm forgetting 2. Sorry, guys. They fell apart, I believe, because Rob Liefeld tried to pilfer Mike Turner from Silvestri's house. So Turner was an up and coming artist. Like, he started on backgrounds working for Silvestri, did a couple issues of interiors on Cyberforce, and Rob Liefeld tried to come and like bring him into Awesome Comics, which was Rob's division of Image, out from under Silvestri, and like Silvestri got pissed and left. He was like, nope, I'm not going to be part of Image as long as Rob is here. This is why, if you look back at some of the older books for Witchblade, Darkness, and Cyberforce, they switched branding to Top Cow, right? This is when Top Cow was born. And eventually they did get folded back into Image. I think he still publishes under like Top Cow /Image. And Rob got kicked out. He got kicked out because for that exact reason. And this is why Awesome Comics became a thing, Rob's line. And he didn't get to come back to Image until many years later. Right. That's why it was a big deal when they did Image United. Because it was like, okay, this is now water under the bridge, right? Like, we're not mad at Rob anymore. It is what it is. He made some bad decisions, but they let him come back, right? Because like, that was a shitty thing he tried to do. And then he got almost sued into the ground by Marvel, right? Because of Fighting American, which was like, dude, what are you thinking? Sometimes right?
He had I remember that. I remember he had so many characters based off the Avengers. He even had a Viking character that, okay, that's totally Thor.
Yeah, he had Thor, Bucky, and Captain America chilling in his own books, and Marvel was like, no. Sorry, cease and desist right now. That's where Ed McGuinness got his start on that. And then he, when those books got canceled, he went to DC and or Wildstorm and worked on Mr. Majestic. That's how he ended up on Superman, right? Which is where he became famous. I would say he started to get famous in Superman, and then Batman Superman came out and like he blew people away. But yeah, that's what happened. Like, that was Rob's like initial downfall, right? But obviously he came back, and he came back with a vengeance.
Even Marvel brought him back at one point. I remember
he still does covers for Marvel.
Because Marvel brought him back for Heroes Reborn, and I think it was him and Jim Lee they brought back for Heroes Reborn, because that was after the Onslaught series.
That was before all that crap went down. I think like it was right after that this stuff went down with Image, right? Because I think Image had only been around for like a year or maybe 2 when they did the first Heroes Reborn, and they were like, Jim Lee came back and did Fantastic Four, which is great. I still own that. But yeah, it got weird and bad. And then that's when the famous Captain America drawing was made.
Oh yeah, that one. That one was like nightmare fuel. That one was like a little bit of nightmare fuel right there.
Still is. Like,
but like the whole Heroes Reborn was basically just a gamble, because they wanted to censor another universe. They wanted to censor the main Marvel universe without the Avengers or the Fantastic Four.
Onslaught.
Yeah,
that's where my favorite artists got real big and famous too, right? Like, that's where Joe Mad became famous, because they blew up the they blew it all up. They did Heroes Reborn, or they basically killed the Avengers and Fantastic Four, like disappeared them from the universe, and then put them into that old pocket universe. But that was done by Onslaught, right? Which was
Franklin Richards actually put them in there.
Yeah, and Onslaught was a Magneto and Professor X amalgamation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it was revealed that Beast wasn't actually Beast; he was actually Dark
Beast from
Beast.
the Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, and so I mean, I've always that was like nice explaining it, but I did not like what they did with Beast and Krakoa. They made him a full-on bad guy.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
And they're like, oh, let's just kill him off, and let's just kill off this Beast and just give him a new clone.
Okay.
And that go ahead.
I was just gonna say I haven't read the whole Krakoa arc. I heard it was really, really good though. Like the best X-Men books that have been published in years.
Some of them were good, some of them were bad. Like Trial of Magneto. Like what was her name? Like one of the things that this was a new writer that they brought in. She wrote Trial of Magneto and also Children of the Atom.
And these were good. Your opinion was
no.
These ones were good or bad? These are the bad ones. The Hickman
Leah
stuff
Williams.
is what I heard was good, right?
Yeah, the Hickman, the Zeb Wells, but like Leah Williams, she is not a good writer. I think she would be better off if she stayed in like independent comic books, like writing anything that isn't superhero.
Okay.
Like one of the things that they brought in, that they did, was bring in novelist who did not have any background in superhero comic books, or they didn't even know about anything about superhero comic books, and they basically took established characters and made their own things. It's what
without
they did
learning anything about them.
Yeah, it's what they did, and I think DC did the same. And DC did the same thing with the Red Hood writer. She even said in an interview. That she does not know about Red Hood. She didn't even read the backgrounds. All she knows is that Red Hood used to be Robin.
Yeah, that seems like a bad play. Is this the Red Hood writer that lost her job after the Charlie Kirk thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was very outspoken and very political. And one of the things that I really cannot understand why they bring in writers is because I understand why they want to bring writers like this, is because they want to touch into a new audience. But one of the things that they do, that some of these writers do, is they insult the old audience when they get criticized.
Yeah. As an artist of any medium, I would say if a company hires you to work on their character or whatever, unless they specifically tell you create your own version, just based on the very little that we've told you, like the character's name, it's probably a bad idea to not do any kind of research whatsoever, right?
Yeah, I've heard that the writing for the new Batman series is very good. The
Jorge Jimenez one.
The current ongoing Batman series.
Yeah,
with Kelly Shu Kane's husband. I keep wanting to learn his name, but I hear he's a really good writer. Fortunately, it doesn't fall with Kelly Sudakane, but he is doing a really good job with the Batman.
Matt Fraction.
Yeah, Matt Fraction.
He's been writing comics for a while, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And-
I've read some of his stuff before. He was a good writer.
yeah, and he still is, and I'm glad that they got like a veteran to take over Batman, but I'm not sure about Stephanie Williams taking over Daredevil.
What else has she done?
She has done Cosmic Ghost Rider. She got her start writing horror comics.
Okay.
And she's currently doing all new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, which actually has like a horror mystery edge going on at the time, at the current story.
Okay.
And I think those are basically her strengths. And if she wants to like take Daredevil with a horror supernatural route, I don't know if that can work with that kind of character, because Daredevil is very noir. I mean, look at what Brian Michael Bendis did when he was Daredevil, when he brought back Daredevil, when he came into Daredevil, and he brought back the swashbuckling Daredevil.
Yeah, I could see it. I don't think it's impossible to do a version of Daredevil that is horror slanting. He's interacted with characters like Morbius and Blade and stuff like that before. So, and sometimes gang crime is pretty horrific. So if she could lean into it and find some way to expand her style to that, I think I'll wait to see how she handles it, but I don't think it's impossible.
Yeah, because she's taking over Daredevil next year, because the writer, I don't know what, I forgot his name. He did Miss Marvel, and
Okay.
yeah, a lot of people were saying that going from Chip Zdarsky to this writer was just a downgrade.
Yeah. I mean, Chip Zdarsky is a surprise, right?
Yeah,
He went from like drawing sex criminals to becoming a really, really good writer.
Saladin Ahmed. Yeah. He's done like Captain Marvel, but I think he's too preachy for his own good.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that guy is.
He did Daredevil, and a lot of people, and I seen reviews, and I talked to some people who have been longtime Daredevil readers, and they said this has been one of the worst runs. And I'm like, okay, so we're between Mike O'Neill and Zeb Wells, what would you say this is this is compared to? He's like, oh, definitely Zeb Wells, because I use Spider-Man, ASM logic with them, and they're like, oh, definitely Zeb Wells. This guy's like the Zeb Wells to Daredevil.
Okay. I know that you have definitely been outspoken about not liking the current direction of Amazing Spider-Man. I read issue 1, which I think was that Zeb Wells of the current book.
No, that's Joe Kelly, and
Okay.
he right now it's Peter's in space, Norman is, and unfortunately, and yeah, Peter is having casual sex with an alien. Of course, there's no romantic feelings about it, because it's just, they said it in the comic books, it's just casual sex, and everybody was like, yeah, get rid of Mary Jane, get the alien mommy. Then drop the ball, drop the ball. It's casual sex. It's just casual sex, and then of course we got Mary Jane pouring her heart out to who she thought was Peter, but it turned out to be Ben Reilly. And Mary Jane is like dripping for Flash Thompson, and I'm like, didn't we already see this when they were in college?
Yikes! I have no idea any of that is going on. That's really weird.
Yeah.
But I guess the character's got to grow sometime. But
Yeah.
I thought last thing I knew about Ben Reilly is that he became like another symbiote character.
Yeah, on a mystical. He has like a mystical
Chasm, right?
chasm, and they even said that they actually gave Chasm a heel turn so that they could prop up Miles in his new book.
Mm.
But on top of that, Eddie, they actually canceled the Charles Soule Eddie Brock Carnage, and I really like that story. I really like that story because it went into deeper lore with the symbiotes. Because like it turns out, like symbiotes are like totems for certain people. Like Eddie Brock actually met someone who had a symbiote, and her symbiote only wanted freedom, so it killed her husband, and it spent time. It killed her abusive husband, went into the woods and spent most of its time there. So it was like it just wanted complete freedom, and like the Carnage was basically Cletus Cassidy, and it just wanted murder. While Toxin, it started off with a cop, so it wants to bring down justice. Venom only wants to was wild and wanting to do heroics, but then when it was with Spider-Man, but then when it went to Eddie, it took his basic instincts for revenge and decided to
the lethal
twist.
protector.
Yeah, but then after that, it but like so many things that was such a great book. I mean,
Okay.
Eddie constantly arguing with Carnage, trying to control its bloodlust, and I'm just sad that it was actually canceled after 10 issues.
I see. So it sounds like the premise of all that is like the symbiotes take on, or like they have like a something that's like connected to a certain dynamic, like freedom or heroism or justice or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And Charles Soule, is that the guy you said was writing it?
Yeah.
Is he also the current writer for Venom?
No, the current writer for Venom is Al Ewing.
Okay.
And Al is basically trying to making this dynamic of Mary Jane as Peter Parker, like current Parker Luck. Like she's going to an interview trying to get her acting career back. She goes to an interview, but Madam Mask is up there with a sniper rifle trying to kill her. She's filming an infomercial. Whoop, there's trouble outside. Better go outside and suit up as Venom.
Okay. So she's basically Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
I see.
And the whole and they even have the whole thing with like in February, they're setting it up so that all three meet up,
It's the
and
death spiral thing, right?
yeah, they all meet up with, and they try to help stop this new serial killer that has this new symbiote suit.
And it's gonna have the spiral thing, like no.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be somehow connected to all that.
Yeah. And
All
then
right.
with that, it's going to end up going to Queen in Black, which is most likely going to be in July.
Okay. Is Flash still a paraplegic?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has no legs. He doesn't have any legs, but he's still Agent Anti-Venom.
Right. Which happened like 5 years ago or 10 years ago or something, right?
Yeah, because he
Okay.
was Agent Venom, but then he took Eddie's anti-venom suit.
Right. Because somebody had to get it. And yeah, I thought that was a really cool turn for Flash. Like, yeah, that's an interesting way they took that character and made him relevant other than just being Peter's bully, right, from high school. Because, like, that was
Yeah,
literally 60 years ago.
yeah. Apparently, Zeb Wells forgot because when Flash was in the there was in that one time cameo, he was acting like Peter's bully.
Again.
Yes.
But he now knows that Peter is Spider-Man, right? Because he had the Venom symbiote.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like when Mephisto did it when everybody forgot.
Oh, okay. But including the Venom symbiote, I guess.
I get.
Uh,
But I don't know. I mean, they're bending themselves backwards
yeah,
just
to
to
keep
make sure that certain events never happen. But like, it's like one of the things was like when Venom was introduced, like there was this one part where Venom and Mary Jane are in their mindscape, and it shows that one scene where Venom it Venom's like, "Hi, honey, I'm home from Spider-Man issue number 300," and that was when they were just married. That was when they were married. But
Mhm.
then it's like coming into my apartment and seeing the person wearing my boyfriend's suit, and she's like, "That scared me," but I was like, "Boyfriend? Don't you mean husband?" Because that, and I'm like, but that wouldn't have happened because they were never married. Apparently, in this universe, Peter stood her up at the altar.
Oh, okay. So is that what they're saying the whole Mephisto thing was, is that they actually never even got married?
Yeah,
Okay. Sure, man. I have an issue that says otherwise, but okay. Uh,
yeah. The whole thing. I mean, they're saying that the whole thing is going to shake up. This is going to start the road to 1,000, to issue 1,000, where they're going to shake up the status quo. And I'm like,
more than it's shaken up now, it seems like make up your mind, man.
yeah, I'm like, unless you're going to undo one more day, I don't think anybody's going to care.
And even if they did that now, it would be so confusing, right? We're gonna go back. That was 20 years ago. We've had like I think that was 20 years ago, maybe 15.
No,
It's interesting that Straczynski is currently back at Marvel, right?
yeah.
Um,
He hated doing one more day. He
I
would
know.
he told Casada that as protest he didn't even write the last issue. He's
Yeah,
like he told Casada, he's like, "Hey, this is your idea. You write it."
yeah. They kissed his ass so hard in like the last few issues of that run. You
Yeah,
knew something was going on because they had like literal ads praising Straczynski as they were like ending his run and undoing everything that he did for the last 5 years.
yeah. He did not want to do one more day because he says it would undo like 30,
Everything he did.
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it would undo everything before that.
Yeah, that too. Uh it was a, a horrible editorial decision, but they just felt like they
Yeah,
had no way to back out of everything that they had done, which I would like. I thought was brilliant. I thought they did some great stuff. The hardest thing for them was that they wanted Peter back with his secret identity intact. That's all it was.
yeah,
I don't know why
but
they had to get rid of the marriage to Mary Jane. Like no one would have cared that Peter and Mary Jane if they got divorced, right? Like um sure it was 15, 20 years later, but um Into the Spider-Verse proves that, right? Like
yeah,
I think a divorce is now maybe I'm speaking as someone
yeah,
who has a divorce, but like it's pretty well accepted in modern society now, right? Like I don't
yeah. But ever since like One More Day and when they went from Brand New Day, it's like the sense of maturity of that Peter Parker has reverted back to his college days.
yeah. And like even as a kid growing up, Spider-Man was married to me, right? And I was aware that he wasn't married at some point, right? But like there's kids who grew up with him like that, and I don't know why they care so much about
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
kind of stupid.
And on top of that, I mean, even Marvel Rivals has a Mary Jane plush for Spider-Man,
Hmm.
a Mary Jane plush accessory.
Yeah.
Because, oh, what are you saying? Something?
No, I'm just like people associate those two characters, right? Like Spider-Man and Mary Jane. And so like for them to say like they'll never be together again is kind of boneheaded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they're just leaving money on the table because they're like, married superheroes don't sell. They're like, bullshit. Look at Spider-Man. Look at Superman and Lois.
Yeah, and so I would say that that decision has made Mary Jane an irrelevant character, right? It's done more harm to Mary Jane than like leaving them married would have ever done, because they can't decide what the hell they want to do with Mary Jane now. If she's not Peter's wife, then she's been Tony Stark's assistant. She's worn an Iron Man suit.
She's on a nightclub.
Right, she's owned a nightclub. She's been Jackpot. Now she's Venom. Like, and then you still got other universe versions of her where they're married and they have kids, right? They just
Yeah, and you know what sells more than sells more than that? Super Kids. Look at what they did. Look at the sales with the Superboy and Robin when you had
Super Sons.
yeah, Super Sons.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, I hated what Bendis did. What Bendis did with Joel. No, wait, not Joel. John Kent.
Oh, I didn't even see what they did with him.
They aged him up.
Oh yeah, he's super dash man now, right?
Yeah.
Which is goofy, but whatever. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed Young a little. I honestly haven't read the book, but just visually, that's where Jorge Jimenez started to get big, right? And I have those books. I just haven't had time to read them. But like that was cool, and he was hanging out with Damien, and they were like they had their own little like baby dynamic duo, and now Damien's still a kid, and John Kent is like a young adult, right?
Yeah.
Like if
It's-
Damien can stay 18 or not even 18, he's probably like 14, 15 for 10 years, then why couldn't he?
Yeah, and I thought that was so stupid. And they're like, one of the things that they did was basically just a cash grab when they made him bisexual, and I was like, and they released it on National Coming Out Day, and I'm like, okay, you guys are just milking it.
More bad editorial decisions, right? Or
Yeah.
I don't even know that would bad. I think they could have totally done that, right? I don't see any problem with that. Just the way they went about it was so ham-fisted. Like, sure, make him gay, make him bi, make him whatever. Like that is a relevant thing for today's day and age. But like don't make it such a big event, a show of it, right? Because now you're just pandering to people. Like if it had happened discreetly, like as it does in everyday life, right? You learn this about your friends or your co-workers or whatever, that would have made it way more authentic. And then like back market, like if we're looking at sales stuff, right? On the back market, that would have been gold for collectors, right? Like, oh, this is the issue where it happens, and nobody made big fanfare about it, right? Except for maybe the journalists. Like I would have, marketing wise, I would have been like, yo, under the table, like, hey, we're gonna give you previews maybe, but don't make it like a big issue about him coming out, right? Let people discover it naturally. Instead of being like, look at everybody. Look, we got gay Superman now. Like
I think, I think like Tom King's insisting on not having Superman fight John Connor, not having him fight, or not having like having protest and like making him coming out of the closet a big deal really hurt the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just one of the things that actually hurt the sales for Son of Superman
Mm.
or Son of Kal-El.
Mm. Okay.
Like one of the things like he had instead of like one of the things that a lot of people were mad at was like Superman was leading up there was a cover, I think it was issue 3 or 5, where Superman was leading a protest for climate change, and in the background you see this Kraken monster, and he's not doing nothing, he's just leading a protest, and people were like, that's not Superman.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I agree. Like he would have, unless there were other heroes there fighting it, like he would have done something, right? Just like we saw in the movie where there's the monster outside and he's like, don't worry, they got it. They're fine. Like I gotta go find Crypto, right? But yeah, for just to be destroying the city and like no one else is doing anything about it. It's
Yeah, because you see like Aqualad in the protest, and it's like it was and that was just the cover, but like inside it, he basically didn't do shit. He just pulled a monster. He just he barely even fought the monster in like one in last 3 pages. The last one was just like whole thing about climate change.
okay.
Yeah.
Dumb decisions. But I've got like maybe 10 minutes before I gotta go. Do you
All right,
wanna,
so you
how do
want to plug
wrap this up? Oh, am I plugging something? No,
Yeah.
I'm good. This is like, come check me out on twitch.tv /battle chaser. I'm playing Expedition 33 for the month of December. So
Nice.
I will be playing on Monday. Normally I stream Mondays and Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. I will only be on Monday this week. I've got a work thing on Tuesday night. But as we approach the end of the year, I'm gonna try to do like a 6 to 8 hour stream where I just play that. Also, Mondays and Tuesdays, I've been doing stuff like this. I spend Mondays like the first half an hour to hour just talking about nerdy news, and then Tuesdays I do like what's been on my side table, what comics I've been reading. But yeah, I stream almost every Monday and Tuesday night. 90% of the time it's art, but December I'm chilling and I'm playing video games. So
all right. So I'm going to be putting out a couple of videos that I'm going to be recording audio of soon. One is about what's coming down the pipe for Spider-Man in 2026, and another one is going to be the upcoming 800 planets events that's going on in Warhammer 40,000. They just introduced the character from Space Marine 2, Captain Titus, and they put him in the main Warhammer universe, which is a big deal for Warhammer fans, because with video games, they're like, okay, you could make all these things because they're not going to be in the main. All these changes, they're not going to be in the main canon. But seeing how Space Marine 2 was so popular, they decided to bring Captain Titus and put him in the Warhammer universe.
Cool. Official Henry Cavill in the Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, he does look like Henry Cavill, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He voices him, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
No, okay. Did he voice him in the whatever that secret level animated short? Was he the voice?
No, they didn't. I think they make him look like Henry Cavill because of Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill may be playing him in this Warhammer show, but he doesn't want to set his mind on who he wants to play, because there are so many great characters he wants to play, but he knows if he picks one, he won't be able to play the others.
I see.
All right, thanks a lot, Aaron, for coming on.
Yeah, good times, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure to be part of this in 2025, and I look forward to coming on. I'll try to make it more frequent in 2026.
Yeah.
Some stuff in my life is dying down outside of my normal stuff, so hopefully I can make a little more time for this going forward. But please keep inviting me.
All right.
All right, man.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Remember, keep playing, and God bless. And congratulations to Sandfall Interactive for their great run at the Game Awards. For those who come after,
Play Expedition 33.